Welcome back to the channel, USA Coins 69, where we uncover the hidden stories and surprising values behind some of the most common yet fascinating coins out there. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the United States Jefferson Nickel, specifically the 1985 Jefferson Nickel with a mint mark. Now, at first glance, you might think this coin is just your everyday nickel, but stick around because by the end of this video, you'll see why this little 5-cent piece could be worth a fortune in today's market. The Jefferson Nickel has been a key part of American currency since 1938, featuring the third President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, on the obverse. Known for his role as a founding father, author of the Declaration of Independence, and a visionary leader, Jefferson's image has become iconic on this nickel, making it a favorite among collectors. Over the years, this nickel has gone through various design tweaks and minting changes, but the core design has stood the test of time. Now, the 1985 Jefferson Nickel was minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, which typically carries no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D; and San Francisco, marked with an S, mainly for proof sets. Most of these coins were produced for everyday circulation, so millions were struck. However, as with many coins, rarity, condition, and unique features can turn an ordinary nickel into a collector's treasure. One of the most exciting features collectors seek in the 1985 Jefferson Nickel is the presence of clear, sharp mint marks. These tiny letters, whether a D or an S, are not just symbols of origin, they can significantly affect a coin's rarity and value. Some mint marks from this year are especially rare due to limited production numbers or specific minting errors. Speaking of errors, the 1985 nickel has a few notable ones that make certain coins stand out. These errors might include double dies, where parts of the design appear duplicated, off-center strikes, or even misplaced mint marks. These anomalies occur during the minting process and turn what would otherwise be common coins into unique collectibles. Condition also plays a massive role in the value of this coin. While circulated nickels from 1985 might only be worth their face value or a slight premium, uncirculated coins, those that have never been used in transactions and retain their original luster, are in a completely different league. Coins graded as mint state by professional services often fetch a significant premium, especially when combined with rare mint marks or errors. Another feature that adds to the allure of the 1985 Jefferson Nickel is the full steps variety. This refers to the lines on Monticello's stairs on the reverse side of the coin. When these steps are fully struck and clearly visible, it's a sign of a high-quality strike, and coins with full steps are highly prized by collectors for their superior detail and rarity. So what kind of value are we talking about here? While most 1985 Jefferson Nickels are everyday coins worth just 5 cents, those rare varieties with sharp mint marks, full steps, and pristine condition can command truly astonishing prices. In fact, some of the rarest and most well-preserved 1985 Jefferson Nickels have been known to sell for up to $52,000. That's right, $52,000 for a nickel that most people wouldn't give a second glance. It just goes to show, in the world of coins, patience, knowledge, and a keen eye can turn a simple coin into a valuable collector's item. So next time you come across a 1985 Jefferson Nickel, whether in your change or your collection, take a closer look. Examine that mint mark, check the details on Monticello's steps, and consider the coin's condition. You could be holding a hidden treasure. Today, we're focusing on a coin you probably handle almost every day but might not realize how valuable it could be: the United States Jefferson Nickel from 1990, especially those with a mint mark. Trust me, this humble 5-cent piece holds some secrets that could make it one of the most sought-after coins in your collection. The Jefferson Nickel has been a staple of American currency since 1938, showcasing Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on its front. Jefferson is celebrated for his immense contributions to American history, including drafting the Declaration of Independence, and his legacy is beautifully captured on this small but powerful coin. Now, the 1990 Jefferson Nickel was minted at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, usually no mint mark; Denver, with a D mint mark; and San Francisco, with an S mint mark, mostly for proof coins. While millions of these nickels were produced for everyday use, what sets some apart is their mint mark and condition. Collectors have a keen eye for the full steps variety on the 1990 nickel. On the reverse side, Monticello's stairs feature horizontal lines called steps. When these steps are fully visible and sharply defined, it's a clear indicator of a strong mint strike. Coins with full steps are considered more valuable because the detail signifies better craftsmanship and less wear, making them a prized find among collectors. Beyond that, the 1990 Jefferson Nickel is also notable for some intriguing minting errors. These could include double dies, off-center strikes, or even unusual mint mark placements, errors that make each affected coin one-of-a-kind and highly desirable. Such anomalies often increase a coin's value exponentially. Condition is always a major factor when it comes to coin collecting. Most 1990 nickels you find will have been circulated and will show the wear of everyday use. But the real treasure lies in uncirculated coins, those that have been preserved in pristine condition, often graded by professional services. These coins retain their original luster, sharp details, and are incredibly rare to find in such perfect states after decades. So, what does all this mean in terms of value? While the average 1990 Jefferson nickel may only be worth its face value or a modest premium, those coins with a clear mint mark, full steps, rare errors, and top-notch condition can be extraordinarily valuable. Believe it or not, some of these exceptional 1990 Jefferson nickels have been known to fetch prices as high as $55,000. Yes, $55,000 for a nickel minted just a few decades ago. It's a stunning example of how careful observation and knowledge can transform what seems like ordinary change into a highly prized collector's gem. Next time you're sorting through your coins, keep an eye out for that 1990 Jefferson nickel. Examine the mint mark closely, check the steps on Monticello, and assess the coin's condition. You might just be holding a hidden fortune. Today, we're shining a spotlight on a fascinating piece of American history, the 1973 Jefferson nickel with a mint mark. This isn't just any nickel you might find in your pocket or at the bottom of a drawer. This coin has a story, rarity, and value that can truly surprise you. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll see why the 1973 Jefferson nickel might just be one of the most exciting finds for collectors today. The Jefferson nickel has been a key player in U.S. currency since it was first introduced in 1938. It honors Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the brilliant mind behind the Declaration of Independence. The design has stood the test of time, making the nickel not only a practical coin but a symbol of American heritage. Now, focusing on the 1973 issue, these nickels were produced at 3 mint locations: Philadelphia, which usually doesn't carry a mint mark, Denver, marked with a D, and San Francisco, marked with an S, primarily for proof coins. Most of these coins entered general circulation, so you might think they're pretty common, but that's where things get interesting. What sets the 1973 Jefferson nickel apart is the combination of its mint mark and some unique characteristics that collectors crave. The full steps variety is especially significant for this year. This refers to the stairs on the Monticello building on the reverse side of the coin. When the steps are fully struck and distinctly visible, it signals a high-quality strike. Coins with full steps are more desirable and valuable because they exhibit the finest details that many circulated coins lose over time. In addition, some 1973 nickels display rare minting errors that turn ordinary coins into prized collectibles. These could be double dies, where parts of the design appear to have a shadow or double image, off-center strikes where the design is shifted, or even misplaced mint marks. Such errors are a goldmine for collectors because they are unique and tell a story about the minting process. Of course, condition is king in the coin world. While many 1973 nickels show signs of circulation, those kept in pristine, uncirculated condition with their original luster intact are much rarer. These coins often receive top grades from professional grading services, which can drastically increase their value. So, what is the potential value of a 1973 Jefferson nickel with a mint mark in exceptional condition? While most nickels from this year trade close to face value, those rare, flawless full steps varieties with mint marks and error features can command astonishing prices. Believe it or not, some of the most coveted 1973 Jefferson nickels have been known to sell for as much as $65,000. Yes, $65,000 for a 5-cent coin minted nearly half a century ago. It's a powerful reminder that in the world of coin collecting, patience, knowledge, and a keen eye can turn an everyday coin into a valuable treasure. So next time you come across a 1973 Jefferson nickel, don't just toss it aside. Take a moment to examine the mint mark, inspect those steps on Monticello, and evaluate the coin's condition. You might be holding a hidden fortune without even realizing it. Today, we're taking a closer look at a seemingly ordinary yet highly collectible piece, the 1987 Jefferson nickel with a mint mark. At first glance, it might just look like a regular 5-cent coin, but this little piece holds secrets that can turn it into a prized treasure in the world of numismatics. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why this 1987 Jefferson nickel could be worth way more than you ever imagined. The Jefferson nickel has been a cornerstone of American currency since its introduction in 1938. Featuring Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, this coin is more than just money, it's a tribute to a key figure in American history who shaped the nation's founding ideals. The design itself, especially on the reverse side, highlights Monticello, Jefferson's historic home, adding a layer of cultural significance that collectors deeply appreciate. Now, let's zero in on the 1987 issue. These nickels were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, each identified by their respective mint marks. Philadelphia usually has no mint mark, Denver coins bear a D, and San Francisco coins carry an S, often as proof issues. While millions of these coins were produced and circulated widely, what makes the 1987 Jefferson nickel stand out are specific details related to its mint mark, condition, and rare varieties. One feature that collectors obsess over is the full steps variety. On the reverse side of the nickel, the steps leading up to Monticello have horizontal lines. When these steps are fully struck and clearly visible, the coin is considered to have full steps. This detail is extremely important because most circulated coins show worn or faded steps, reducing their collectible appeal. A 1987 nickel with sharply defined full steps signifies a superior strike and is highly sought after. In addition to the full steps, the 1987 Jefferson nickel also has some fascinating mint errors that catch collectors' eyes. These include double dies, where parts of the coin's design appear duplicated or shadowed, off-center strikes, or unusual mint mark placements. Coins with such anomalies are rarities and become unique pieces that can command a premium price due to their scarcity and the story behind their creation. Of course, condition is the kingpin in determining a coin's value. Most 1987 nickels you'll find in circulation show the wear and tear of daily use, which diminishes their worth. However, uncirculated coins, those preserved with their original luster and details intact, are very rare. These pristine coins, especially with a clear mint mark and full steps, are often graded highly by professional services, making them extremely valuable to collectors. So what's the actual worth of a 1987 Jefferson nickel with these special traits? While the average 1987 nickel remains near face value, those rare, mint-marked full steps coins in top condition can be worth a serious amount. Believe it or not, some of these coins have been known to sell for as much as $70,000. That's $70,000 for a coin that most people think of as just 5 cents. It really shows the power of collecting and how paying attention to detail can reveal incredible value in everyday objects. Next time you're sorting through coins, take a moment to inspect that 1987 Jefferson nickel closely. Look for the mint mark, study the steps on Monticello, and evaluate its condition. You might be holding a hidden treasure worth far more than you think. Today, we're diving deep into a truly remarkable piece of American numismatic history, the 1964 Jefferson nickel with a mint mark. At first glance, it might look like just another 5-cent coin from the 1960s, but don't be fooled. This coin holds secrets and unique qualities that make it an incredibly valuable find for collectors around the world. So, if you've ever wondered whether that old nickel in your collection might be worth more than face value, you're in for a treat. Stay tuned because by the end of this video, you'll discover why this 1964 Jefferson nickel could be worth far more than you ever imagined. The Jefferson nickel, first introduced in 1938, is one of America's most iconic coins. It honors Thomas Jefferson, the nation's third president and author of the Declaration of Independence. The coin features Jefferson's profile on the obverse, while the reverse side proudly displays Monticello, his Virginia estate. Over the decades, the design has become a classic symbol of American history and resilience. The 1964 mint year is especially significant. This was a pivotal time in American history, marked by social change and the final years before the U.S. Coinage Act of 1965, which drastically altered the composition of coins. That makes the 1964 nickels among the last of their kind to contain a higher percentage of copper and nickel alloy before the change. Now, the 1964 Jefferson Nickel was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The presence of a mint mark, typically a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco, on this coin adds an extra layer of rarity and interest for collectors. Philadelphia coins of this year typically don't have a mint mark, which makes the ones that do, from Denver or San Francisco, much more special. One of the things that makes the 1964 Jefferson Nickel with mint mark stand out is the full steps variety on the reverse side. The Monticello building features stairs that, when fully struck with clear and distinct lines, are highly prized by collectors. Most circulated nickels lose these fine details over time, so finding one with sharp, fully visible steps is like finding a hidden treasure. Furthermore, some 1964 nickels exhibit rare minting errors or variations, such as double dies or off-center strikes, that can dramatically increase their value. These error coins are sought after because they are one-of-a-kind and add an exciting twist to any collection. Condition is crucial when it comes to the value of this coin. While many 1964 nickels show signs of wear from decades of circulation, those that have been preserved in near-perfect, uncirculated condition are exceedingly rare. When graded by professional services and found to have pristine surfaces and sharp details, these coins become the crown jewels for serious collectors. So, what's the value of a 1964 Jefferson Nickel with a mint mark in exceptional condition? While common circulated examples might be worth just a few cents, those rare full steps varieties, especially with mint marks and flawless condition, can command staggering prices. In fact, some of these extraordinary 1964 Jefferson Nickels have been known to sell for as much as $80,000, yes, $80,000 for a coin that many pass over without a second thought. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the smallest objects can hold immense value, especially when history and rarity come together. If you ever find yourself holding a 1964 Jefferson Nickel with a mint mark, take a moment to examine it carefully. Look at the steps on Monticello, check for any unusual features, and consider having it professionally graded. You could be holding a piece of history and wealth that's well worth preserving. Thank you so much for joining me on this exciting journey into the world of rare coins. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our future coin discoveries. Have you ever found a coin you didn't expect to be valuable? Share your stories or questions in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Keep collecting, stay curious, and remember, sometimes a simple nickel can be worth $80,000. Happy hunting!